With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. We make your vision a reality. Visit PrestigeKitchenCreations.com today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ashland's Community Stadium for Week 2 of this abbreviated football season. The Ashland Arrows 1-0 hosting the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, also 1-0, Ashland opening up their OCC play. Hello, everybody. I'm Travis Berardi, coming to you live from Ashland for this great matchup between these two teams in the OCC. Mount Vernon last week took out Lexington 14-0. On a strong defensive performance that spanned Friday and Saturday due to the lightning delay and whatnot. The Ashland Arrows went up to Berea Mid-Park, one of the better teams in Division I, and defeated them 19-18. And if you look at Joe Idle right now, due to the playoff points, they're all set per division until the regions are going to be set up here in a couple weeks. But Ashland, the #1 team in Division III right now due to that win against Berea Mid-Park. As the Ashland Arrows taking the field on their brand new turf. This will be the first time they will play on the new community stadium turf, and it looks amazing. That with the also new Keith Wygant Memorial Fieldhouse. Really, really nice facility they have, and they've just upgraded it, made it even better. We are about 2 minutes away from kickoff of this OCC opener. Ashland Arrows under second-year head coach Sean Cedar. You could say it's his first year. He was in the interim last year. But the Arrows, a much improved team from a year ago. Mount Vernon, a senior-laden squad. As the band continues to play right now, a minute and a half away from kick. And while we wait the teams getting back onto the field, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report, thanks to our generous sponsors, Prestige Kitchen Creations. With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. They make your vision a reality. Visit PrestigeKitchenCreations.com today, and that's creations with a K. By Amato's Pizza of Mount Vernon, located at 668 North Sandusky Street, serving individually handcrafted pizzas, salads, wings, sandwiches, and more, cooked on a wood-fired oven in traditional Italian style. Order now by calling 740-393-2003, that's 2003, or visit amatosmountvernon.com. And by Spirion Mid-Ohio, your connection to local jobs, from light industrial to skilled professional, Spirion has opportunities for everyone. Visit midohiojobs.net and let's get to work. As both squads just about ready to take the field here for the kickoff of week 2. And let me tell you, it is a beautiful day out for high school football. Temperatures in the high 70s right now. Ashland will receive the opening kick. They'll go from right to left on your screen, wearing the home orange with black lettering, white trim. Mount Vernon going from left to right on your screen, white jerseys with black lettering and orange trim. Christian Dean getting ready to kick this one away. And it's a pooch kick taken by Ashland across the 50, across the 40, down to the 38-yard line is Ethan Hartley. And the Arrows quick inside Mount Vernon territory to start off. As we show you the offensive lineups for Ashland. First play from scrimmage is a run to the right side by Hartley. Give him about 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4. We show you the Mount Vernon defensive starting lineups. We'll bring that back in a second. Another handoff, Hartley up the middle, across the 30, down to the 25, down to the 21-yard line. Gain of 10 and a first down for the Arrows. Spot that on the Mount Vernon 22-yard line. Ashland in a hurry up. Another handoff, Hartley. Up the middle again and give him about 2 yards that time. Down to the 20-yard line. Second and 7 for Ashland. Fakes the handoff this time is Declan Rohr, and he is upended. After a gain of about 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Arrows. 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Rohr alone in the shotgun. Ball on the Mount Vernon 17. Hartley in motion, fakes the handoff, looking downfield, wide open, intercepted. Nick Pierce with it going down the left side, across the 40, he's tripped up. And Mount Vernon with a big stop inside the red zone. Bend but not break. And the Yellow Jackets will start close to midfield. They'll be on their own 43 to start. As we bring up the offensive lineups for Mount Vernon. First and 10. Run to the right side. That's A.J. Keene. Give him 4 yards. I'll bring up 2nd and 6. Another handoff to Keene across the right side, and he will have enough for a first down. So the Yellow Jackets now inside Ashland territory on their 47-yard line. Britton Long in the shotgun. Keene, sidecar right, takes it left side, across the 40, across the 35, and down to the 32-yard line. Give him 15 yards and another first down for Mount Vernon. First and 10 from the Ashland 33. As we show you the Ashland lineups, we'll bring that up after this play. Handoff Keene left side again across the 30 down to the 25. There is a flag on the play, however. In the backfield, it looks like it'll be a hold, and I'll come back 10 yards. And it is a holding penalty. That's a 10-yard penalty, and take him back. To the 42-yard line. So we show you the Ashland defensive lineups. Handoff Keene, trying the right side this time, and he will be taken down from behind. Ball's on the ground. And they say he was down by contact. So give Keene 2 yards on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 17. Back to pass, left side, incomplete. Fireball, Ryland Fireball, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 3rd down and 17 from the Ashland 40-yard line. Mount Vernon switching the offensive line to the left side. And that'll be a delay of game. Take him back 5 more yards. Make it 3rd and 22. Mount Vernon with the last second audible cost them 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and long. Ashland took the opening kickoff. You guys just tuned in. The opening kickoff was inside Mount Vernon territory. The Arrows got inside the Mount Vernon 20 before it was intercepted. Ball lobbed up there, and it is caught 10-5 touchdown. Mount Vernon. Gavin Moyer, 45 yards. And the Yellow Jackets strike first. Got another penalty on the play. So Mount Vernon on 3rd down and 22, hookup for a 45-yard touchdown pass. Britton long to Moyer. And Mount Vernon's going to go for 2. The Wildcat taken right side, and he will be stopped. A.J. Keene out of the Wildcat tried to go right, but he was stopped by a plethora of Arrow defenders. No good. 6-0 remains your score. Nothing your score. 6:57 remaining here, opening quarter. Ashland took the opening kickoff, drove inside the Mount Vernon 20, but an interception got the Yellow Jackets out of that. They drive, a holding penalty and delay of game penalty backed them up, but the Yellow Jacks still able to convert the score. Jaden Jones kept his feet, worked for a couple extra yards on that return. And Ashland, once again in good field position to start. They'll start at their own 43. We'd also like to remind you we have 3 other games we are highlighting on our OH Report Facebook and YouTube channels. The game of the week down in Knox County, East Knox versus Northmore. Columbus DeSales versus Mansfield Senior. Handoff up the middle. Ethan Hartley picking up where he left off on the last possession. Across midfield down to the 42. 15-yard gain. He gets it again, left side. Give him 4 more. Now to bring up 2nd down and 6. Ashland back in that no huddle. 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left for Rower. Rower back to pass. Looking, he's going to tuck it and run across the 35, 30, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That's a 1st down for Ashland. Give him 15 yards on the run, and it's 1st and 10. And another run by Hartley. Up the middle and down inside Mount Vernon's 10-yard line, down to the 6. Charlie Bell on the carry. First and goal. Handoff Hartley up the middle. 5 down to the 3. Fights his way down to the 2. Give him about 3 yards on the gain. Second and goal. Handoff down to the 1. Roar on the quarterback keeper. Give him 2 yards. It's third down and goal. So Ashland's still in that hurry-up offense. Rower hands off to Hartley, left side, 5-3-1, touchdown. Ashland with a quick answer. Ties things up at 6. A 1-yard score by Hartley. Extra point up and good. With 4:43 remaining in the opening quarter, Ashland leads Mount Vernon 7-6. So Ashland with a quick response. Just under a 2-minute drive there for the Arrows. Make sure to catch the Saturday's Pigskin Show live tomorrow at 4 p.m. exclusively on the OH Report Facebook and YouTube channels, where Brian Skoronsky and Eric will recap all the action for Friday nights throughout North Central Ohio with top plays, outstanding performances, guest interviews, insider analysis, highlights, and more. The OH Report is your new headquarters for live and free high school sports broadcasts in North Central Ohio, bringing fans live streams on our Facebook and YouTube channels for football, soccer, and volleyball throughout the fall. Make a correction on that last drive. The 20-yard run into the red zone was by Jaden Jones. I said Charlie Bell. I was looking at the wrong roster, and that is my fault. Anywho, Ashland kicking it off. It's going to be taken at the 7-yard line, across the 15 to the 20, and down at the 22-yard line is Gavin Moyer. And that is where Mount Vernon will start their second possession. So a decent return there for Moyer. Moyer, the recipient of that 45-yard touchdown pass from Britton Long. Mount Vernon shifting their offensive line. Quick pass to the left side, and that's going to be busted up at the line of scrimmage. Ryland fireball on the reception. There is a penalty flag on the ground, however. Illegal man downfield on Mount Vernon. That's going to back them up 5 yards. Nope, they're going to pick it up. They're going to say no gain. 2nd down and 10. Handoff Keene, and he's going to be blown up at the line of scrimmage. Jake Beaver on the tackle, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. So once again, the Arrows have Mount Vernon back in a 3rd and long. 3:45 on a running clock. Long in the shotgun, Keene, sidecar right, handoff Keene left side, and he's going to be hit and taken down once again at the line of scrimmage. Chase Dillow with the open field tackle, and Mount Vernon is going to have to punt. Jonathan Metzger back deep for the Arrows. Manny Durfee back to kick for Mount Vernon. 2:55 on a running first quarter clock. Punt is away and towards the sideline, and it will bounce out of bounds at the Mount Vernon 48. And once again, the Arrows with great starting position. They will start 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 49. So the Arrows start 1st and 10 inside Mount Vernon territory. Rower back to pass, looking deep left side and just over the head of Hartley. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Hartley had a couple steps on his defender, but that pass just out of his reach. That could have been 6. Second and 10. Rower with sidecar left and right. Handoff Jones, and he's going to fight his way across the 45 down to the 43. Give him 6 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and 4. Ball on the Mount Vernon 43. Rower back to pass. It's a screen to Jones. Across the 40, he's going to have close to the 1st down, and he does get it. 1st down, Arrows. First and 10 from the Mount Vernon 39. Rower back to pass, trying to avoid the blitz, going left side, and he will get a couple yards out of it. He was able to avoid 3 defenders. Give him 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Second and 7. And Rower's going to keep it and get the 1st down. Give him 7 more yards, and that's another Arrow first down. Ball on the Mount Vernon 28-yard line as we approach 1 minute left here in this opening quarter. Rower fakes the handoff, looking left, going deep, and he just out of the reach of Jonathan Metzger. Once again, just a step too far. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. .52 seconds left here in the first quarter. Ashland leading Mount Vernon 7-6. And the Arrows are driving once again. Ball on the Mount Vernon 28-yard line. Rower hands to Hartley up the middle, across the 25, down to the 20, still fighting all the way down to the 15-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the run and another Ashland first down. And once again, Ashland hurrying up. 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Hartley to the left of Rower in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He's going to try up the middle, jukes a little bit, maybe gets a yard or two. They're going to give him 2 yards on the run. And we'll see that might be the last play of the first quarter. 13 seconds left. Two, one, and they will not get it off. That'll do it for the first quarter of play. Your score, Ashland 7, Mount Vernon 6. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. We make your vision a reality. Visit PrestigeKitchenCreations.com today.
Back at Ashland, Rower pass left, right side, out of the reach of Hartley. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 13. Third down and 8, 2 wide to the right, 3 wide to the left. Handoff Hartley up the middle, across the 10, fights down to the 5, still up, and he's going to get knocked down at the 2-yard line. Give him 11 yards and another first down for Ashland. 9 carries, 64 yards for Hartley already. Ashland now in the I formation. Rower's going to keep it, and he is in. Touchdown, Ashland. 2-yard run. And the Arrows back on the board. It's 13-6. So Ashland really relying on that strong running game from Hartley and Rower. And they're really enjoying this new turf right now. Snap down, kick up, and it is no good. Wide left. And it remains 13-6. Ashland leads Mount Vernon. 11:39 here left in the opening half. So some stats from the first quarter. Add that 11-yard run for Hartley. 9 carries, 64 yards. For Rower, 7 carries, 34 yards with that 2-yard touchdown run. Jones, 2 carries, 26 yards. For Mount Vernon, Keene, 4 carries, 27 yards. Britton Long, 2 of 3 passing, 45 yards with that touchdown pass to Moyer. Gavin Moyer, 45-yard touchdown catch on 1 reception. And Fireball, 1 catch for 0 yards. Jones for Ashland also has 1 catch for 4 yards. Rower, 1 of 5 throwing, 4 yards and an interception. Bryant Hossey to kick for the Arrows. Gavin Moyer, and I believe Nick Pierce back deep for Mount Vernon. 11:39 left here in the opening half. Ashland leading Mount Vernon 13-6. And the kick is away. And it's muffed at the 5-yard line. He's able to pick it up though. Left side across the 20, 25, taken down at the 26. And that's actually Johnny Askew. So Mount Vernon will start 1st and 10 on the Mount Vernon 27-yard line. Long in the shotgun, Keene sidecar left, and they're going to hand it to Keene. Right side across the 30, and he's going to be taken down from behind at the 32-yard line. Give him 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. And now it's Mount Vernon in the hurry up. Long looking right side for the play from the coaching staff. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Takes the snap, rolling off left. Fakes it, throws deep, and it is caught. Ball's on the ground, however, and Ashland picks it up. Jonathan Metzger, or correction, Ryland Fireball on the reception. Gets control of it, takes a couple steps, and then fumbles it, and Ashland picks it up. And once again, they are in Mount Vernon territory at their 39-yard line. So just like that, Ashland back in business. Score update for Mansfield Senior, Arlen Field. The Tigers and DeSales tied at 0. Rower back to pass, throwing right just out of the reach of Jaden Jones. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Second down and 10 for Ashland on the Mount Vernon 39. Handoff Hartley, left side. He has an opening across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Give him 11 yards and another Ashland first down. Northmore East Knox also underway. I believe that game is 0-0 as well. Rower getting blitzed, and he will go down in the backfield. However, there are 2 flags on the play. Gabe Harmon with the sack. Let's see what the penalty is. It'll be holding on Ashland. Penalty will be declined. And a block in the back on Ashland. That'll be accepted. So the flag came 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Add 10 more on. And that'll make it 1st and 26. Rower back to pass. Looking, he's going to take off now. Across the 45, the 40, the 35, and run out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So give him 12 yards on the scramble, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 15. Make that 2nd and 15. Northmore and East Knox tied at 0 in the 2nd quarter. Rower back to pass, looking right, it's complete. Across the 25, the 20, 15, 10, down at the 7-yard line is Tommy Carpenter. "26 yards. Hartley on the carry. Give him a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 4. Rower with running backs left and right in the shotgun. 1 wide left, 1 wide right for Ashland. Rower back to pass, looking. He scrambles out to the left. Ball fakes. He's going to run towards the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, Ashland. Declan Rower scrambles out of pressure and runs 4 yards to the house. 19-6, Arrows lead. So twice in this quarter has Rower run out of pressure for positive gains. This time it's 6 points. Ashland will go for 2. Rower off to his right. He's going to take it, and he is in. 2-point conversion, good. 21-6, Ashland. So Rower doing it all on that drive. And with 8:58 left in the half, Ashland extends its lead to 21-6, cashes in on the turnover. Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report, thanks to our generous sponsors, Prestige Kitchen Creations. With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. They make your vision a reality. Visit PrestigeKitchenCreations.com today, and that's creations with a K. By Amato's Pizza of Mount Vernon, located at 668 North Sandusky Street, serving individually handcrafted pizzas, salads, wings, sandwiches, and more, cooked on a wood-fired oven in traditional Italian style. Order now by calling 740-393-2003 or visit amatosmountvernon.com. And by Spirion Mid-Ohio, your connection to local jobs. From light industrial to skilled professional, Spirion has opportunities for everyone. Visit midohiojobs.net and let's get to work. Ball is kicked away. And it's muffed once again, and all he can do is fall on it. So Moyer able to jump back on it, and Mount Vernon once again will start at their 23-yard line. $8:55 left here in the half. Ashland has scored on its last 3 possessions. After turning it over on their opening possession, Mount Vernon drove the field and scored on a 45-yard touchdown pass from Long to Moyer. Long sidecar right. And it's a handoff left side. That's A.J. Keene once again, and he will get positive yards. Give him 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Keene once again sidecar right, and now we have a penalty flag on the play. Head coach Son Cedar clapping, so that will be on Mount Vernon. False start on the Yellow Jackets. And that'll back them up to their original line of scrimmage. To their 23, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Keene once again left side. Give him a yard, and I'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Ball on their own 24-yard line. Back to pass, it's a screen pass. There's Keene once again, and he's going to be taken down close to the 1st down, and they will give it to him. Give him 10 yards on the play. So Mount Vernon pulling out the screen pass on 3rd and long, and they get just enough. 1st and 10 from the 34. Another handoff. Correction, it's a pass. Right side to Gavin Moyer. Give him 6 yards on the completion. Colin Rohr on the tackle for Ashland. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the Mount Vernon 40. Long back to pass, rolls right, and he has to throw it out of bounds. Good pressure there by Ashland to force the incompletion. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 40. And that should make it 3rd down and 17. Make that 22. So an 18-yard penalty. .625 remaining here at Ashland Community Stadium. Ashland leading Mount Vernon 21-6. Yellow Jackets faced with a 3rd and 22 from their own 22. We have a score from Marion. Shelby Whippets leading Pleasant 21-13 after 1. Long hands it off to Keene across the 30, across the 35, but that's not going to be enough for a 1st down, but it is a big chunk. A 16-yard run for Keene, but 6 yards too short. Mount Vernon will have to punt. We have a score from the Clear Fork Valley. River Valley leading Clear Fork 13-7 in the 2nd quarter. Shelby on the board again down at Pleasant. Marshall Shepard, a 22-yard keeper on 4th and 2. Whippets leading Pleasant 28-13 with 6:37 left in the half. As the team's taking the field. Score from Ontario, the Lucas Cubs leading Ontario 14-7 with 1:45 left in the half. Down at Lexington, Worcester leading Lexington 20-0 with 3:49 left in the half. And now Ashland is going to take a timeout. And while we have the time, on Thursday nights this fall, get caught up on all the high school sports action going down in North Central Ohio on the Sports Mix with Brian Skoronsky, Travis Berardi, Jesse Ryder, and more, exclusively on the OH Report Facebook and YouTube channels. And just a reminder, tonight's broadcast coming to you live and free, thanks to our generous sponsors. The OH Report is splitting 50% of all ad share with the home school. So Ashland will be taking 50% of the proceeds tonight to help make up for that COVID restriction on fans in the stands. Plus, we get to bring you some good football as well. So finally, Mount Vernon back in punt formation. Durfee's punt is away, and it will go out of bounds. A good punt. No, it didn't go out of bounds. It's down at the 25-yard line. Nice punt there, backs up Ashland, where they will start 1st and 10 on their own 25. So the Arrows scoring on their previous 3 possessions after Mount Vernon struck first to make it 6-0. Rower in a shotgun, 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left. He fakes the handoff and goes up the middle, across the 35. He has an opening to the 40, 42-yard line. Another big run by Rower. And Ashland's 10th first down, 17-yard run. However, a personal foul penalty on Ashland. I believe that was after the play. No, it was during the play, so referee straightening it out. It was after the play, so that'll back Ashland up 15 yards. Repeat the down. It's 1st and 7. Rower back to pass. Scrambles once again, but he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Nice job that time by Mount Vernon to keep him from getting into the open field. So 2nd and 13 for Ashland, back at their 25-yard line. 4:40 left here in the half. Rower fakes the handoff. Looking, he's going to be flushed out of the pocket, and he's sacked. Ball is on the ground as well. Ethan Groom on the sack. Loss of 4. That'll bring up 3rd down and 17 from the Ashland 21-yard line. 3:55 left here in the half. Rower fakes the handoff. He's going up the middle, and it is knocked down by the defensive line of Mount Vernon. And we have another penalty flag on the field. Illegal man downfield. That penalty will be declined, and it'll bring up 4th down and 17. So Mount Vernon finally gets a stop, and we'll see if they can get something out of it with 3:47 left in the half. Snap back, kick is away. And it's a short, low bouncer. It will go down to the 41-yard line of Mount Vernon. That's where they will start 1st and 10. Isaac Roop punting that one away for the Arrows. So Mount Vernon with 3:37 to work with here before the half. And a reminder, they will get the ball to start the second half. So if they can get a score here, coming back out of the second half, they will be on the field with a chance to tie or take the lead. Quick pass left side. That's complete the Fireball. He gets to the outside, and he's run out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Give him 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3. Make that 8 yards on the completion. And another penalty on Mount Vernon. Another false start will back them up. So make it 2nd down and 7 from the Mount Vernon 44. Long, back to pass, rolls out right, throws, it is complete. Across the 50, down to the 45, to the 44-yard line. Dylan Dow with his first catch of the game. And that's a 1st down for Mount Vernon. "13 yards on the completion. Run to the right, Keene. Give him about 7 yards. So a 6-yard run for Keene. Brings up 2nd and 4 from the Ashland 38. 2:54 left here in the half. Long, back to pass. Looking for the shovel, but he goes deep, and it goes out of bounds, incomplete. Looked like Long was looking for a shovel pass to the interior of the offensive line. Nothing was there. He went deep and just out of bounds. So bring up 3rd down and 4. Third down and 4. Long looking to the sideline for the play. 5 seconds on the play clock. Gets the snap off, hands off to Keene. Keene up the right side. He has the 1st down. Give him 5 yards, and they will move the chains with a stopped clock. Long back to pass left side, complete, but nowhere going for Moyer. Colin Rohr on the tackle in the open field. Make that 2nd and 10. Long, quick to the right. It's tipped, almost interception. Fireball in and out of his hands. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. $1:52 left in the half. Mount Vernon with a 3rd and 10 from the Ashland 33. Handoff Keene to the left. Gets to the 30, taken down from behind by Clayton Michael. Give him 5 yards, but that's not enough for the first, and it'll bring up 4th and 5. Mount Vernon going for it. 4th and a long 5. And now Mount Vernon's just going to let the play clock run down and call timeout. This will be about a 46-yard field goal, so just a little bit too far for their kicker. And Mount Vernon is going to talk it over. I'd like to remind you that the OH Report is your new headquarters for live and free high school sports broadcasts in North Central Ohio, bringing fans live streams on our Facebook and YouTube channels for football, soccer, volleyball, and more throughout the fall. And make sure to tune in tomorrow at 4 o'clock on our Facebook and YouTube channels for the Saturday Pigskin Show live exclusively on the OH Report with Brian Skoronsky and Eric Will, where they will recap all the action from Friday nights throughout North Central Ohio with top plays, outstanding performances, guest interviews, insider analysis, highlights, and more. That's 4 o'clock on Saturday on the OH Report Facebook and YouTube channels. So Mount Vernon will go for it. 4th and 6 from the Ashland 29. 1 minute, 6 seconds left. Long, going right side. It's up, and it is caught. It is caught. He comes down with the catch. Moyer with the catch. First and goal for Mount Vernon. Snap back, hand off to Keene. He's fighting for the end zone. And he is down just before the line. Mount Vernon quick to the line. They have 1 timeout remaining. 32 seconds left here in the half. And now Mount Vernon will take their final timeout. So Mount Vernon with a 2nd and goal from the 1 with 29 seconds left. However, they have no timeouts left. So if they don't get it in here, you have to think in that huddle during the timeout, they have 2 plays set up for 2nd and 3rd down. Second and goal. Mount Vernon trailing Ashland 21-6. This could be a big momentum-changing play here. Now Ashland will talk it over. Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Prestige Kitchen Creations, with over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. They make your vision a reality. Visit prestigekitchencreations.com today, and that's creations with a K. By Amato's Pizza of Mount Vernon, located at 668 North Sandusky Street, serving individually handcrafted pizzas, salads, wings, sandwiches, and more, cooked in a wood-fired oven in traditional Italian style. Order now by calling 740-393-2003 or visit amatosmountvernon.com. For you Yellow Jackets fans, maybe if you call by now, pick it up. You might be able to get it and be back just for the second half as we're getting close there. And by Spherion Mid-Ohio, your connection to local jobs from light industrial to skilled professional. Spherion has opportunities for everyone. Mount Vernon on the keeper, and he will not get in. That'll bring up 3rd and goal, 18 seconds left. Mount Vernon got to get back to the line. 3rd and goal. Handoff, and he's stuffed again. Fumble on the play. Ashland picks it up. Are you kidding me? So the Arrows get the turnover with 6 seconds left, and they're going to escape without giving up points here right before the half. So the Arrows escape. Rower just moves up. He's still up, though, across the 10. And finally, he will fall at the 11-yard line. And that will do it for the first half. Your score after 2 quarters, Ashland leads Mount Vernon 21-6.
With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. We make your vision a reality. Visit PrestigeKitchenCreations.com today.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
What is up, North Central Ohio and beyond, wherever you're watching? We're glad to have you here on the Sports Mix. My name is Brian Skronsky, and I've got a couple of great guests with me here tonight. Travis Berardi from our own OH.REPORT family, along with Mansfield News Journal writer Jake Furr. And gentlemen, I don't want to waste no time. I just want to get right into it. So many sports, now that they are back, are happening right here in our area. And I want to hear about the 3 biggest performances that you saw all week. Jake, we'll let you go first.
I got to give a big shout out to Luke Wabaki from Clearport last night. Actually, he had 2 goals, 4 assists in a 10-1 win over Massillon. You know, I love the goal scorers, but you know what? It takes a special player to kind of bring out those assists and share the love. So those 4 assists, man, that kind of jumped out to me. Another soccer player, Abby Little from Mansfield Christian. She had 4 goals and an 8-0 win over Loudonville. She is the leading goal scorer right now in the area.
Crazy.
Sophomore, leading goal scorer when we have so much huge talent here in Richland County by itself. So yeah, I mean that's a huge accomplishment. She already has a hat trick, has a 4-goal game.
Wow,
big time player right there who's leading leading the area. So my final one is Amar Davis from Mansfield Senior, 6 catches, 189 yards and a touchdown. Freshman. just coming out. And I don't know if you'd have to look really far back just to see if there was a better freshman debut in Mansfield Senior Tigers history, because that was a pretty big performance.
That may be it. Yeah, you think about all the athletes that have come through there. A lot of times the freshmen don't even get a chance to play at the varsity level in their first year, of course. So yeah, I think that may be one for the history books.
Big time.
Travis, what about you?
Well, Brian, my number one performer, my boy down at Northmore, Max Lower, 16 carries, $125, 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversion runs, all in the first half. He sat out the second half because they were up 34-0. This kid is a wrecking ball. Once he gets through that original defensive line, it is all downhill from there. You saw on the Saturday Pigskin Monday Night Football edition, he just went off, big 65-yard touchdown run. The kid can do it all. He's in the Wildcat formation. He can be sidecar left or right, just beside Cortez. Just a big player. My number 2 performer, Taylor Huff, going up to Findlay. Tough game up there, tough match. He scores 2 first-half goals, propels them to the 2-1 victory. And right now, she's probably scoring a couple more goals against Mansfield Senior as we speak. They're playing right now. Make sure to watch for those highlights on the OH.REPORT. We have the dynamic duo of G-Man and Stormet. And then my number 3, like Jake said, Amar Davis. We thought Gross was going to go off possibly, but then he comes out, picks up some of the slack, and he's really showing out in his freshman debut. So that's my top 3.
All right, I'm also going to piggyback off Jake Furr, and I'm going to go with Abby Little at number 3 on my big 3. 4 goals is an awesome accomplishment. But for a sophomore, man, I don't care about the competition. When you find the back of the net that many times and to be the leading scorer in the area, I thought that was pretty darn special. At number 2, I got Blaine Bowman of Shelby. Almost 200 receiving yards as a junior, really helped out the offense and the new quarterback stepping in for the first time, Marshall Shepard. 2 touchdowns as well, so I thought Blaine Bowman was big all night long, really carried the Whippets to that victory. But at number 1 for me, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go off the radar a little bit, and I'm going to go with the coach, and I'm going to go with Scott Spittler of Lucas. Going on the road at the Valley. Was supposed to be a home game for them at Bob Wine. No, they switch it last minute so that they can accommodate more fans. So he has to go into a place where they've won about 30 games over the last 3 seasons. Dave Carroll's really got that machine, that engine running smoothly, and they come out with a win. Had a few kids out even that were starters with some illness. So Scott Spittler, my number 1 in the Big 3. Really impressed what we saw from the Cubs. Let's keep talking about football then. And how about some surprises? How about, I think we're going to call it the number 1 stunner of the week. What was it for you, Jake?
The biggest one that I can think of, just off the top of my head, is the Galleon falling to River Valley. What was it, 20-19?
Yeah.
Losing by 1 point, I think they missed, or they had an extra point blocked. But that was, Galleon came into this season with very high MOAC hopes. And, just to drop that first one, that's kind of tough to deal with. But I think they're going to rebound this week. But yeah, that game kind of stunned me a little bit. I know a lot of people will say Mansfield Senior falling to West Holmes, but just that first loss by Galleon, that was kind of tough to swallow. But I think they'll bounce back.
Trav?
The overall Shelby Ontario game. Most thought Shelby was going to be cruise control. They were going to win by a few more touchdowns. They did win 28-14, but Owen Fisher really didn't get going till late. I still think he's going to have a breakout season this year, much like he did last year. But Ontario really stuck with them. They went down 21-0, I believe, scored twice, had a chance to tie it up, but turned the ball over late. So Ontario, I think they're ahead of what we thought they would be to start the season. And Shelby maybe a little bit behind, but I can see now that both these teams could be, going towards a successful at least 6-game season and possibly a couple wins in the playoffs. At least for Ontario, Shelby, they could still, correct some of those offensive woes, bounce back from a couple injuries taken in that game, and still make a run that people think they're going to do.
Yeah, I gotta say, Jake, and you already mentioned it, the Mansfield Senior score, to me, dude, that was shocking. They go on the road, and I didn't know that they would necessarily win that game. Tough place to play up there in Millersburg, and I'm told that the Knights are much improved from the season ago. They had a lot of young kids that are now filling into their varsity roles. But man, for the Tigers to get a 56 burger dropped on them, I don't think they gave up that many points the entire season all year if you calculate that. So the fact they had a running clock, went all the way to the D3 championship game last week, or last year, I mean, that was absolutely stunning for me to see that score. Let's talk about some volleyball and take it onto the hardwood in the court indoors. What are you guys seeing from the ladies out there? Trav, I know that you've called a few matches. Who do you like right now in area volleyball?
Well, I mean, Clear Fork was 3-0. River Valley comes in at 1-1, knocks them off. River Valley looked pretty impressive a couple nights ago at Clear Fork. Crestview, they were undefeated, lost to a tough St. Paul team. So it's tough to see that. You have Ontario, Lexington. Usually Ontario is going to be a better squad this year. Tonight I'll be calling Clear Fork Galleon, so I can't wait to see what Galleon has to offer. Shelby as well. A lot of solid talent around here, but once we get into that conference schedule, which is starting right about now, it's going to be tough to see if any of these teams can be ahead of the rest, because it seems like each other's beating each other up.
Who's some of the top teams in your mind, Jake?
Right now, it's obviously the Ontario Lady Warriors. They're undefeated right now, and Galleon. I think those two teams are kind of head-to-head right now. Galleon lost, I believe, a couple games early in the season that they probably shouldn't have, but they'll get rolling and perform pretty well. But Ontario's starting their conference schedule here pretty soon. I know they have Lexington this weekend, which is a big rivalry game. So we'll see where they are coming up here pretty soon. But they're rolling right now. They haven't lost a set yet. So
wow.
Ontario's pretty good. Crestview's always good, but then they ran into St. Paul last night and kind of got knocked down a peg because it kind of wasn't close. But we'll just see how they grow throughout the season. I know it's a pretty early start right now, so we'll see what goes on. But right now, Ontario's just they're the cream of the crop, and you got to give them props for being undefeated still.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome match on Saturday when they have to take on Lexington. So definitely keep your eyes on that one. And for me, Crestview losing to St. Paul and getting swept actually was a big surprise. I got an opportunity to see them in person once. We'll get to see them quite a few more times here as the season plays out. But dude, they got a talent pretty much all over the floor. They have some pretty good subs that can rotate in as well. So that I did not see coming. And then Galleon tonight, when you're calling that match, I'm going to be tuned in live and free right here on the OH Report to see what the Tigers can offer. And can Clear Fork, can they come back from their first loss of the season from a couple of nights ago?
Yeah, and you know what? Clear Fork, it was a tough first set. They really weren't in that first set. The second set that you called, they fought back towards the end. Third set, they won. Fourth set, it was close, and then River Valley pulled away late. So once that match went into the later sets, it seemed like Clear Fork finally figured things out. So can they ride from that late set momentum into this one against Galleon, or can Galleon just steamroll teams like they've been doing so far this year?
We're going to find out tonight. How about the best of the rest, if you will? Let's talk about the Richland County cross country meet, Jake. Some, I guess, not surprising results out there. Some of the kids we thought would dominate.
Back at Ashland High School, well, we are about 3 minutes away from returning to action. Ashland leading Mount Vernon 21-6. It looked like Mount Vernon was about to score right before the half, but Ashland forces a fumble and escapes to keep the score at 21-6. Mount Vernon will get the kick when we resume play. But let's take a look at the halftime stats. For Mount Vernon, 62 rushing yards, all by Keene on 14 carries. 114 pass yards. Long is 9 of 13 for 114 yards and a touchdown. That 45-yard pass to Moyer for a total of 176 yards. 5 first downs for Mount Vernon, and they have 5 penalties for 43 yards and 2 turnovers, both fumbles. As for Ashland, 143 rushing yards combined by Hartley and Rower. Hartley 11 carries, 76 yards. Rower 13 carries, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also has a 2-point conversion run. Rower has 30 passing yards for a total of 173 yards for the Arrows. 10 first downs, 1 penalty for 15 yards. That was that personal foul after the play, and 1 turnover on their opening drive that led to a Mount Vernon touchdown, their only score of the game thus far. Looking at some scores from around the area, Northmore and East Knox are game of the week, tied at 0 at the half. These are all halftime scores. River Valley leading Clear Fork at the Clear Fork Valley 19-7. That game also on the OH Report. Mansfield Senior leading Columbus DeSales 6-0 at the break. DeSales was lining up for a field goal with 2 seconds left in the half, but it was blocked by Avion Gross. Miles Bradley picked it up and ran it 67 yards to the house. So Mansfield Senior surprising a lot of people after their loss to West Holmes last week. They lead DeSales 6-0 at the break. And here's one that's going to shock you after last week's score. Shelby leads Pleasant 41-13 at the break. Owen Fisher breaking out over 300 yards in the first half alone. At Ontario, Lucas Ontario, both tied at 14 at the break. And our final score, Galleon leading Marion Harding 17-6 at the break. And your score here at Ashland Community Stadium, Ashland 21, Mount Vernon 6. Ashland kicking from right to left in their home orange with black lettering, white trim. Askew and Moyer back deep for Ashland, for Mount Vernon, Mount Vernon in their away whites, black lettering, orange trim. Some final adjustments by Ashland. And we are underway in the second half. Moyer with it down the left side across the 25, and he'll be taken out of bounds at the 27-yard line. And that is where Mount Vernon will start, 1st and 10. So Mount Vernon had a promising drive right there before the half. Big completion to Moyer from long, setting up 1st and goal, but Ashland defense holding strong, forcing the fumble right before the break. Could have been a huge momentum change for the Yellow Jackets. They would be trailing only by 7 or 8 points. However, Ashland stands and the score remains 21-6. Long takes the snap, hands it to Keene across the left side, and he will get maybe a yard, setting up 2nd down and 9. Ball on the Mount Vernon 28-yard line. Just underway here in the second half. Long hands it to Keene once again off the left side, and once again he is met at the line of scrimmage. Lunges back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 9. So Mount Vernon once again in a 3rd and long situation. Long getting the play from the sideline. Takes the snap, hands it off to Keene again. He goes left side across the 30, 35, and he will be upended right at the line to gain. But they will give him just enough, give him 10 yards. And in Mount Vernon, 1st down. So Keene with a huge 3rd down conversion there. Gets just enough. Long takes the snap. He's rolling right, looking, and it is out of the reach of Moyer. Incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Wonderful night here at Ashland Community Stadium. Perfect night for football across North Central Ohio. A complete 180 of what went on last week. Many games delayed for a couple hours, a couple games moved to Saturday. So it's a nice breath of fresh air getting this weather. Keene takes it, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Triton Schuster, Jacob Beverly in on the tackle for Ashland. That'll bring up 3rd and 11. Ball on the Mount Vernon 37. Mount Vernon desperately needs another conversion here. Long takes the snap. He's flushed out of the pocket. 4 Ashland defenders on him, and all he can do is run out of bounds back at the line of scrimmage. No game for Long. And Mount Vernon is going to have to punt once again. Nice job by that Ashland interior line to flush him out of the pocket. Durfee back to punt for Mount Vernon. Barely gets it off, a low liner. And Mount Vernon will pin Ashland back at their own 21-yard line to start 1st and 10. So Ashland will have their first possession of the second half here with 9:28 left in the 3rd quarter. The Arrows looking impressive once again after their victory up at Berea Mid-Park last week. Berea Mid-Park, a Division I squad. Ashland had to scramble to find a Week 1 opponent, but it paid off. Handoff Hartley across the 25 towards the 30. Give him about 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. And we have a stoppage in play. Ashland will have to take a timeout. Coach Cedar didn't like what he was seeing out there. On Thursday nights this fall, get caught up on all the high school sports action going down in North Central Ohio on the Sports Mix with Brian Skoronsky, Jesse Ryder, yours truly, and more. Exclusively on the OH Report Facebook and YouTube channels, live and free for your viewing pleasure. The OH Report is your new headquarters for live and free high school sports broadcasts in North Central Ohio, bringing fans live streams on our Facebook and YouTube channels for football, soccer, volleyball, throughout the fall. Arrows back out to the line of scrimmage after that timeout. They face a 2nd and a long 3. Handoff Hartley left side, gets across the 30, 35, gets a block across the 40, breaks a tackle to the 50, 45, 40, finally taken down inside Mount Vernon territory. 36-yard run for Hartley. And another first down for the Arrows. Strong rushing attack tonight. They're closely approaching 200 yards rushing. Rower back to pass, throws down the middle, out of the reach of his intended receiver, Tommy Carpenter. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Arrows facing a 2nd and 10 on the Mount Vernon 36-yard line. Rower takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick throw, one-handed catch, touchdown, Ashland. Landon McFrederick. What a catch. Watch the replay, one-handed grab. And the Arrows back on the board. Unbelievable. Snap down, kick up, it is good. 28-0 your score. My correction, it was no good, but still 27-6 your score. What a catch by McFrederick. Definitely a Play of the Week nominee here. Make sure to tune in to the Saturday Pigskin tomorrow at 4 o'clock to see if it makes the cut, but I have a feeling it will. One-handed catch by Landon McFrederick puts the Arrows on the board once again, 27-6 with 8:31 left here in the third quarter. So the Arrows getting ready to kick it away. Kick is away. Askew will take it at the 8, across the 15, 20, 25, full head of steam, 30, 35, finally taking balls out, and Ashland jumps on it. Trey Boyd with the recovery. It looked like Mount Vernon was going to have a huge return, and the Arrows get the fumble recovery on special teams. So Ashland has it 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Ethan Truax forcing the fumble. And the Arrows back on offense once again. Tough luck for Mount Vernon. Twice it seemed like they were getting things going on the offensive end. It's a trick play. Pass is caught. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Ashland. Trickeration for Ashland. Hartley to Carpenter, 52 yards. You see the replay of that one. Thrown back to Hartley. Got the corners and safeties a bite on it, and Carpenter was wide open, able to make the catch. Goes 52 yards to the house, and it's 33-6. We have a penalty on the play. Illegal substitution on Ashland. That'll back them up 5 yards for the extra point attempt. Show that replay one more time. as the Arrows quickly back on the board here in the third quarter. Isaac Roop ready for the 25-yard extra point attempt. Snap good, kick is up, and it is wide right, no good. So with 8:12 left here in the third quarter, Ashland leads Mount Vernon 33-6. Back-to-back big plays by the Arrows. 2 touchdown passes. Rower to McFrederick, 36 yards. McFrederick with the one-handed catch for the touchdown. And then the trick play, Hartley to Carpenter on the double pass. 52 yards right after the fumble recovery. And the Arrows pretty close to closing this one out early here in the third quarter. Brian Hossey ready to kick it away once again. Moyer and Askew back deep for Mount Vernon. Askew with a great return. However, he got it stripped out by Truax around midfield, picked up by Trey Boyd. That set up the trick play for the touchdown. Askew takes it inside his 5-yard line, crosses 30, 35, 40, gets a block across midfield, but that's going to come back. He's going to go to the house, but I believe a block in the back is going to bring it back. We'll see if it holds up. If it is, it's a 97-yard return, but it looks like we have a block in the back around midfield. We'll have to wait for the call to see. There's 2 flags actually down on the play. It will be on Mount Vernon. Their offense is coming out onto the field. So that'll back Mount Vernon all the way back around their 30-yard line. Spot them actually at the 25-yard line. Another bad break for the Yellow Jackets. So 1st and 10 Mount Vernon. Handoff Keene, cross the right side, cross 30, 35-yard line, close to a first down. Give him 9 yards on the first down run. Brings up 2nd and 1 for Mount Vernon. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Mount Vernon in desperate need of a score here. Arrows starting to run away with this thanks to 2 turnovers here. Quick screen left side. That's going to be a first down for Mount Vernon. Moyer with another catch. Give him 9 yards on the reception. 1st and 10. One wide receiver right, one left. Handoff, Keene up the middle, across the 50, down to the 45. He's going to have another first down. He's still fighting down to the 40. What a run by Keene. Give him 16 yards on the play. And another first down for Mount Vernon. So just what the doctor ordered for Mount Vernon. 2 big runs have them set up in Ashland territory at the 40. Handoff Keene once again. This time he's met right around the line of scrimmage. Triton Schuster. And Christian Garich on the tackle. Gain of 1. Make it 2nd and 9. Keene sidecar right. Long is going to pass. Flushed out of the pocket right. Has a little bit of a room. Throws it to the sideline, and it is caught. Dylan Dow with the reception. And that takes it all the way down to the Arrow 22-yard line. 17 yards on the reception. Dow's second catch. He now has 2 catches for 30 yards. 130 yards passing now for Long. First and 10. Handoff Keene, left side, cuts it back up, and he'll be taken down at the 20-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the run. Triton Schuster and Bryce Ewing in on the tackle for the Arrows. So we are under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. 2nd and 8 for Mount Vernon from the Ashland 20. Long takes a snap, quick throw out to the right side across the 15 and out at about the 12. Once again is Moyer. So that'll be another first down. Eight-yard pass. First and 10 from the 12. Long avoids the first tackler. He'll flush out and down to about the 10-yard line, so he makes positive gain out of that one. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Make that 2nd and 8 from the 10-yard line. Ashland had both defensive ends coming in on the blitz, but Long just able to escape and get positive yards out of it. Long hands it off to Keene across the 10, down to about the 5-yard line. They're going to give him the 6, gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. Ball on the 7-yard line. Make that the 6. Line to gain is the Ashland 2-yard line. 2-down territory for Mount Vernon here. Long takes the snap. He's going to roll left. Needs a block, doesn't get it. Still stays up, gets to the 5, down, maybe to the 4. They're going to give him the 5-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 3. It's going to be a long 2 for Mount Vernon here. They need to score here with 2:51 left here in the third quarter. Down 27 points. I'd like to thank everybody for watching tonight, live and free on the OH Report on our YouTube and Facebook channels. And Mount Vernon will now talk it over. Big 4th down here. And once again, tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report, thanks to our generous sponsors, Prestige Kitchen Creations. With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. They make your vision a reality. Visit prestigekitchencreations.com today, and that's creations with a K. By Amato's Pizza of Mount Vernon, located at 668 North Sandusky Street, serving individually handcrafted pizzas, salads, wings, sandwiches, and more, cooked in a wood-fire oven in traditional Italian style. Order now by calling 740-393-2003 or visit amatosmountvernon.com. Speaking of Mount Vernon, they're back. Long looking to pass, throws it right into the hands of Moyer, incomplete. He couldn't hold on to it. Ashland takes over on downs. Moyer might have had it, but it looked like he was out of bounds. And Ashland will take over 1st and 10 from their 5. We'd also like to thank Spirion Mid-Ohio, your connection to local jobs from light industrial to skilled professional. Spirion has opportunities for everyone. Visit midohiojobs.net and let's get to work. So the arrows bend but don't break once again inside the 5-yard line. Hold Mount Vernon out of the end zone, and they take over with 2:31 left on the clock here in the third quarter, 95 yards away from the end zone. We have a flag on the play, illegal substitution on Ashland. That'll take him half the distance to the goal. Take him back to the 2.5-yard line. Make it 1st down and 12. Rower takes the snap, hands it off to Hartley. Up the middle, across the 5 to the 10. Gets a block to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30. It's a foot race to the 40, to the 45, and he's taken down by a shoestring tackle. 42-yard gain for Hartley. First and 10, Ashland now at their 45. Ashland leading 33-6, under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Rower takes the snap, looks the pass, throws the screen right. That's complete to Tommy Carpenter. Across the 50, 45, taken down from behind at the 42-yard line. Give him 13 yards. But there is a penalty flag on the play, and it is against Ashland. So that wipes out the completion, and will back them up 10 yards. That'll make it first down and 17 for the Arrows. Backed up to their own 38-yard line. Rower in the shotgun. Hands it off to Hartley up the middle. He gets to the 40-yard line and will go no further. Give him 2 yards. Bring up second down and 15.
Brings up second down and 15 for the Arrows. Ball will be spotted on the Ashland 40-yard line.
1 minute left here in the third quarter. Rower takes the snap, looking to pass, going deep for Colton Johnson over his head, but there is a flag on the play. They're going to get Mount Vernon for pass interference.
Colton Johnson, penalty flags on the play. Driving fireball on the coverage. Pass interference on the Jackets.
15-yard penalty against the Jackets, and just enough for the first down. The penalty brings Ashland into Mount Vernon territory at the 45. 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hartley motioning out to the right. Rower takes the snap. He's going to look for Hartley, and he got it! 10-5, touchdown, Ashland. Once again, 45 yards to the house. As you take a look at it again, Hartley motioning out of the backfield, runs the wheel, makes the fingertip catch. 45 yards. And it's 39-6 Arrows. Ashland will go for 2. Rower looking left side, throws it to Hartley. He got it. No, he dropped it, incomplete. So with 40 seconds left, we will have a running clock here in the third quarter. 39-6, Ashland in control of this one. Rushes, 138 yards for Hartley unofficially. 1 catch, 45 yards for a touchdown, and he's 1 of 1 throwing for 52 yards and a touchdown. Well on his way to Player of the Week. He at least will be my nominee from this game. He's done everything on the offensive end tonight. 39-6 your score. Once this ball is kicked, we will have a running clock, so it will most likely be the final play of the third quarter. Clock has begun. Down to 25 seconds. And the kick is away. Taken by Moyer at the 18 across the 25, 30, up to about the 34-yard line. And with 13 seconds left, we'll see if Mount Vernon will take one more play before the break. And And it doesn't look like they will. So after 3 quarters of play, Ashland well on their way. They lead 39-6. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. We make your vision a reality. Visit PrestigeKitchenCreations.com today.
Back to action to start the fourth quarter. Fireball on the carry. He will get 9 yards to start the fourth quarter.
9-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down and 1 for the Jackets. Ball will be spotted on Mount Vernon 43-yard line.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 1 as we've begun here in the fourth quarter. Handoff to Keene, and he is taken down in the backfield. Loss of 1. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2. So having a running clock here in the fourth quarter, unless Mount Vernon can get it into the end zone here, 30 points or more of a difference will start the running clock. The differential right now is 33. Long back to pass, rolls out to his right. Can he avoid the tackler? He cannot. Brendan Fox on the sack. 11-yard loss.
Ball will be spotted on the Mount Vernon 31-yard line. Back to punt for the Jackets.
That'll bring up 4th down and 13.
Back to receive for the Arrows, number 21, Jonathan Metzger.
Penalty flag on the play. False start against Mount Vernon.
Illegal procedure on the Jackets. A 5-yard penalty.
That'll make it 4th down and 18. Backed up to their own 26-yard line now. Also like to remind you, we have 3 other games going on right here on our Facebook timeline, OH Report Facebook, as this punt is away, and it'll go out of bounds. River Valley Clear Fork with Brian Skoronski going on right now. Columbus DeSales, Mansfield Senior with Epi James and Andy Jardy. And our game of the week down at Howard, Ohio, East Knox and Northmore with Bruce Wyrick and Brian Harder. But your score right here, 39-6 in favor of the Arrows. East Knox now leading Northmore 7-0 in the fourth quarter. as the Arrows will come out on the Mount Vernon 40-yard line. Another stoppage in play here. It'll be a penalty delay game on Ashland. Their 4th penalty of the night. 27 yards of penalties for Ashland. Jones gets a carry. Give him 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Mansfield Senior trailing 21-12 with 11 minutes left in the game. Rower back to pass, down the right side, throws it, and that is out of bounds. So it'll make it 3rd down. Lucas and Ontario tied at 21 with under 11 minutes remaining in the game. Worcester now leading Lexington 40-0. And after 3 quarters, Shelby leading Pleasant 54-13. Rower back to pass again, looking, scrambling now. He will pull it down, go across the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. Give him 4 yards. That'll make it a 4th and 8. And the Arrows will punt it away. Under 6:30 remaining here in the game. And now Ashland's going to have to take a timeout. Arrows making some substitutions, putting their backups in there towards the end of this one, but some miscommunication, so they're going to have to burn a timeout. We'd like to thank our sponsors one more time tonight: Prestige Kitchen Creations, Amato's Pizza of Mount Vernon, and Spherion Mid-Ohio. And make sure to tune in tomorrow to the Saturday Pigskin at 4 o'clock with Brian Skoronsky, Eric Will, and more. We have highlights from all of our games. We also have highlights from Shelby Pleasant, Lucas, Ontario, and Lexington Worcester. And make sure to tune in Saturday night. Sunday we will have highlights from Crestview and St. Paul. That game goes on tomorrow night. All that and more tomorrow at 4 o'clock on the Saturday Pigskin. Arrows have everything situated now, and they will go back to punt it away. Punt is away. And it will be taken at the 5, across the 10. Cuts out to the 15, and he will fall down to the 17. Johnny Askew on the return, and Mount Vernon will start 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line. So Ashland will move to 1-0, barring a miracle. They will move to 1-0 in the OCC and 2-0 on the season. Mount Vernon will fall to 1-1 in conference and overall. And the Arrows making a big statement early on for those coaches that will do the seeding whenever the regions will be released. That will happen in 2 weeks. Pass out complete to Fireball.
Cross pass complete to Fireball. Tackle on the play by number 2, Trey Boyd.
Give him 5 yards.
4-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Jackets.
Officially 4 yards for Fireball.
23-yard line.
I'll make it 2nd and 6. On the Mount Vernon 23-yard line. Snap back. Long will keep it and run out of bounds. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Chased out of bounds by number 9, Ashland.
No, he did not. He will lose a yard. Now to bring up 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Jackets. Ball will be spotted on the Mount Vernon 22-yard line.
Ball on to Mount Vernon 22. Long hands it off to Keene across the 25, maybe to the 26. No, they will give him the 25-yard line, so give him 3.
Nick Pierce on the carry. Bryce Ewing in on the stop. Also in on the stop, number 37, Parker Grishinger. It'll be 4th down and 4 for the Jackets.
Mount Vernon will have to punt. 4th and 4 from their 25. 3:45 left here in the game. Snap back, it's good. Kick is away. Nobody back for Ashland, so that's going to bounce. Across the 20, down to the 15.
Durfee's punt is down at the Ashland
Almost a 70-yard punt by Durfee. Backs the Arrows all the way back into their own territory. They'll start on their 11. So once this whistle is blown by the referee, it'll be 3:31 left on a running clock. And at this point, just hope nobody gets hurt here in the waning moments of this one. It's already out of reach at 39-6. Handoff up the middle. Taken by Jaden Jones. Give him 3.5 yards on that run.
3-yard gain on the play.
Make that 2nd and 7.
Ball will be spotted on the Ashland 15-yard line.
So it looks like Hartley's night is done for Ashland. And quite the night for him. A touchdown throwing, a touchdown receiving, and a touchdown rushing. Playing like Booby Miles out there before he got hurt. No, knock on wood. Rower down the sideline.
Landon McFrederick on the keeper. Good for an Arrow. 1st down.
That's Landon McFrederick taking over at quarterback. Give him 20 yards. Another 1st down for Ashland. Oh, that snaps over McFrederick's head, and all he can do is jump on it at the 10-yard line.
Bad snap recovered by McFrederick.
So we're going to say it's about 3rd and Shelby for here,
Brings up 2nd down and long for the Arrows.
or 2nd down in Shelby. Officially 2nd and 34. The 1:32 left here to go. McFrederick takes the snap, hands it off. Across the 15 up to the 18 is Jones. Give him 7 yards. Third down and 27 now for Ashland. Under a minute left. And it looks like just about 2 more snaps will do it here. Quick pass right side, complete. Immediately Jones goes down. And that should do it. Play clock has been shut off. And the Ashland Arrows stay undefeated. They defeat Mount Vernon 39-6. We will be back with the post game. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
With over 35 years of building experience, Prestige Kitchen Creations is ready to create a breathtaking new kitchen for you to enjoy with friends and family. We make your vision a reality. Visit PrestigeKitchenCreations.com today.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
Back at Ashland's Community Stadium, the Arrows rolling Mount Vernon 39-6 to remain undefeated on this early season. Let's take a look at the final stats. First for Mount Vernon, 110 rushing yards, 151 passing yards for 261, 10 first downs, 8 penalties for 73 yards, and 3 turnovers, 2 of those in the second half that quickly led to Arrow touchdowns. As for the Arrows, 193 rushing yards, pretty much between Rower and Hartley. 111 passing yards, 2 big chunk plays in the second half by Rower, both touchdowns. 304 total yards, 14 first downs, only 4 penalties for 27 yards, and that 1 turnover on their opening drive as they were driving in. That led to Mount Vernon's only score. As the Ashland Arrow Band putting on a performance for this crowd here tonight. Always do a great job. Some individual statistics real quick for you. Hartley, 15 carries, 162 yards, and a touchdown. He also had a passing touchdown of 52 yards to Carpenter, and he had a receiving touchdown of 45 yards. Rower, 4 of 11 for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Hartley, 1 of 1 for 52 and a touchdown. Jones threw 5 carries, 39 yards. Rower, 14 carries, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. McFrederick, a carry for 20 yards. McFrederick also 1 catch for 36 yards, touchdown. Play of the week nominee for that one-handed catch. Carpenter, 2 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown. As for Mount Vernon, Long was 13 of 19 for 151 yards and that touchdown. Keene, 24 carries, 103 yards. Fireball, 2 carries, 13 yards. Moyer, 6 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Fireball, 3 catches, 20 yards, a fumble. Keene, 1 catch for 10 yards, and Dow, 2 catches for 30. That'll do it here from Ashland's Community Stadium. For my cameraman who did a great job tonight, Eric Metz, I am Travis Berardi saying so long from Ashland's Community Stadium. I ask for you guys to search through our timeline up and down. We still have a couple other games going on. But for me, I will see you on the Saturday Pigskin tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So until then, so long.